Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Scout YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be revealing my Matchday 3 team for Club World Cup Fantasy, and I am on a wildcard. Yes, I am indeed on a wildcard. I've always been waiting for this moment because it does act as a free hit. Of course, you do get completely reset of your team in obviously the round of 16, so it is essentially it's a wild card, but it's also a free hit as well, and I love this week. I was looking forward to it right from the start, and I've got, I think, the perfect team to build. But before we get into the video, of course, if you could help the channel by dropping a like, subscribe, all that good stuff massively helps out the channel. And also as well, if you do want any advice for your Club World Cup fantasy teams and any other fantasy games as well, we cover a lot of them. It's all available on Fantasy Football Scout website, so you can go check it out. Yeah, that's where a lot of my picks that I've got today have come from there. And yeah, it's just fantastic advice. Even if you don't like some of the picks in this video and you want alternative picks, Fantasy Football Scout has got everything you need on the website as well. So I will leave a link in the description stats. So definitely check it out. But yeah, let's get into the video. We'll start off with my actual team right now. So my team currently, unfortunately, is Armani, who did actually get a clean sheet, Sommer, Nuno Mendes, Francisco Moura, who did actually get a clean sheet in the first game, Upamecano, who's never plays. Let's sort of not talk too much about him. Cambiasso, Trent, them two haven't played yet as a recording this. Elise Artukoglu, I think that's how you say it. Cole Palmer, Di Maria, Julian Brandt, who did actually get a 10-pointer last week, which is quite nice. Pavlidis, Harry Kane, and Samu. And to be honest with you, actually, Matchday 1 was a bit of a disaster. But Matchday 2, I'm not that displeased with, in fairness. Armani got a clean sheet. All right, the defense as a whole has been a bit appalling, really, with obviously Nuno Mendes, Francisco Moura, and Upamecano, none of them returning. But I've still got Cambiasso and Trent to play. Midfield, we got Artukoglu. He returned. No, he didn't return. He only got 3 points. Palmer didn't return, but Di Maria returned. Julian Brandt returned. Pavlidis returned. Kane returned. Samu returned. It has genuinely been not a bad week. Not a bad week at all. I did play my captaincy as well on Pavlidis. I was in between him and Di Maria, but I just thought he'd be more nailed for the start, so I went with him. Obviously, Di Maria did get 17 points and Pavlidis only got 11, so that wasn't the greatest decision in the world. But for the most part, I think I picked quite a good team this week. I'm not displeased with it. However, there is definitely improvement to be made in my wildcard team. So let's start with the goalkeeper. Also, there's a few players that are staying around as well, but we'll get to that. But let's start with the goalkeeper, and this is going to be a theme of the video. And I will reveal it now. My strategy with this wildcard, and which is what I do in the group stage as well, is to target certain individual fixtures, because in the group stage, more than around the 16, you get the mismatch of teams, which is on an extreme level compared to the knockout rounds. Obviously, because the knockout rounds is then the better team play the better team, and the better team play the better team, and you get the idea. Whereas at the start, you get massive mismatches. And the one mismatch that I think of all that we've seen so far in the competition, sort of as a sort of massive basis, the biggest mismatch of the whole tournament, quite frankly, has been anyone playing against Auckland. Auckland are a semi-pro team. Not all the players are there. They've really struggled. Obviously, lost 10-0 in the first game, lost 6-0 in the second game against Benfica. And again, I think they're the team to target. So I'm starting off by targeting them and going with the goalkeeper, of course, their goalkeeper, Mission, wherever he is. Let's have a find of him. Where are you? There we go. So obviously, I don't need to say too much. The one thing that I would say as well with these Boca Junior players is the ones I'm picking are under 5% owned, so they will get them scouting points. However, something to bear in mind is close to the deadline, obviously these will rise, but he's only 2.5% owned now. So there is a potential, I do think, that he might get to the deadline without being over 5% owned, which will be ridiculous because it's quite a stretch to get 2.5% more selected. But I do think that obviously really could be the case because I do think people will target as well. I do think, to be honest, it's pretty clear. I'd be shocked if Auckland scored. I really would be. It'd be a total failure on behalf of Boca Juniors if they do concede. So I generally don't think they will. So yeah, he's my start. He's my first goalkeeper. And the best thing about the Boca players as well, compared to the Bayern Munich players when they played, and of course compared to Benfica, not as much with Benfica, but the Boca players are nothing. They are so cheap. And Martian obviously is only 4.1 million. So yeah, he makes my starting goalkeeper. Second goalkeeper, because I've gone with such a cheap first one, I actually can afford a more expensive goalkeeper. And that goalkeeper is, wherever he is, Oblak. Now, Oblak's obviously only got 4 points so far, not been fantastic in the first 2 games. They've not got a clean sheet in the first 2 games, obviously shipping 4 in the first game against PSG. But I do think with this fixture against Botafogo, I know Botafogo are not awful, but Atletico Madrid have to win this game. They have to win. And I think they've got to win quite comfortably as well. And we know Atletico Madrid, from the season they've had in La Liga, they are a good defence. There's no doubt about it. Simeone has been a strong defensive manager for the longest amount of time. Oblak's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. The clean sheets, I do think, will come. But obviously, if they don't, I've obviously got Martian as well. But them as a pair, I'd be very surprised for me if at the end of this week, one of them two hasn't got a clean sheet. So that's my starting point. So I think with the build thing I'm building here, I do think we're going to get a clean sheet with the goalkeepers. Famous last words, of course, but I do think that will happen. Moving on anyway to, of course, the defence. The first defender is a player that I probably should have had for a while now, and I haven't. And that is Piquerez. He's been mentioned on the Fantasy Football Scout website from day dot. He was the pick. One of the main things about him, which you haven't seen yet, is he is on penalties, which is outstanding for a defender. He's also managed, Palmeiras are a good defence, and he's managed 2 clean sheets in his first 2 games already, getting 9 points in the first and 9 points in the second. So he does get extra points as well, as you can see there. Scouting bonus points, I don't think he'll be on them anymore, but he might do. I do think he's a player that's been found now. But yeah, so 9 points in the first 2 games, really decent pick. On penalties as well, so the upside could be fantastic. Yes, the game against Inter Miami isn't fantastic. Obviously, they're playing against Lionel Messi, who's I think still the best player in the world. If he is or he isn't, I'm not sure. Probably not. But yeah, it's not a clear clean sheet. But yeah, the upside of him being on penalties as well. I probably should have had him from the start. In truth, he's a really strong pick. Second defender is again the theme I was going with Boca, and that is Costa. Now, where are you, Costa? Where are you, Costa? That's Blanco. Don't want him. I want Costa. There he is. He's right in front of my eyes. The best thing about Costa, and the reason I'm going with him over Blanco, is the selection. He is currently 0.6% owned. 0.6% owned. And the main thing about that is I actually think there's a potential that this lad gets in as in the scouting bonus for the game against Auckland. There is a potential. I think it's unlikely that he's going to rise 4.4%. So that's why he gets picked. He's also a bit cheaper than Blanco as well, 0.3 cheaper. I don't really need the money with this team. It's more to do with the fact that I should get some real nice scouting points for him. Obviously, they haven't kept a clean sheet in either game so far, but they also haven't played Auckland yet. And actually, they've played Bayern Munich and Benfica. So, come on, give them a bit of a break. But yeah, but he makes up my second defender. So again, I've got the thing with this draft is, again, I've got double Boca defense. Now, some people might go, and my argument with the Benfica game when I was doing material there was that I wanted double attack. I don't want double attack with Boca because I'm not as sure they're not as a potent team, and I don't think they're as good as Benfica. So I'm just more sort of nailing that clean sheet and making sure I get two players in the defense, obviously, to get that clean sheet. So yeah, my next player, anyway, Upamecano finally is coming out because he just never plays anyway. And I'm going for let's go get him. I'm going for someone who's very expensive actually in the game, and that is Hakimi when I can find him. Not Nuno Mendes, had him last week. Hakimi, where are you, Hakimi? Have I gone past you? I must have gone past Hakimi. There he is, Hakimi. Now, the reason I'm going with Hakimi, I think he is the best defender in the PSG team. He obviously is the most expensive as well, so that is something to bear in mind. But I've got the money in the bank. He's got I think he's got over 15 goal contributions this year. Before coming into the Club World Cup, he's just a brilliant asset. I've wanted him from day dot. They've got a brilliant fixture against Seattle Sounders in the next game, and they're also a team I'm going to be targeting for that fixture as well. So Hakimi makes the cut there. The next defender I am going with is a player that's only played once so far. I'm recording before he's played his second game, and that is Renard Lodi. Now, there is a decision to make here. As you can see, there is Koulibaly, there's João Cancelo as potential options. The reason I'm going with Lodi is he's been better in terms of an attacking standpoint in his time in Saudi so far. He's sort of provided much more attacking threat than Cancelo does. Cancelo seems to play a bit deeper than Lodi, and also Lodi's 4.5 million as well. So yeah, I do prefer him to Cancelo. I don't think Cancelo's a bad option, but I do prefer him. He's also 2.6% owned as well. So scouting bonus could be a really, really nice thing in this game, in this game week for me, for sure, in this wild card. Because we've got quite a few players on scouting bonus currently. And the final player is someone I'm actually going to keep, and that is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, again, of course, he hasn't played his game against Pachuca when I'm recording this, but he's still got Salzburg in the final game. Salzburg have been pretty awful this year. They haven't even won the Austrian League. I mean, come on, that's a given in it for Salzburg, but apparently not this time. But yeah, they don't even run that. Obviously, Real Madrid didn't get that win in the first game as well against Al Hilal. So I think to try win the group, they're going to have to try smash Pachuca and smash Salzburg. And I'd be expecting a clean sheet there as well. So yeah, he makes the cut. And I do think he's going to play as well, Trent. I think that's something that's really good. Definitely, because they paid quite a bit of money to get him for Club World Cup. So it'd be a bit silly not to play him. So yeah, that makes up my defence. Midfield, let's start with my first option in midfield, wherever he is. It is a PSG player, and he was my 12th man last week, and that is Kvaratskhelia. Now, I was very disimpressed with Kvaratskhelia. I wasted my time on him the second week on 12th man, which I do think is a really, really useful sort of chip in this game. And against Botafogo, well, they did beat him. They beat him 1-0. So that was a very disappointing result. However, PSG need to go out and win this Seattle Sounders game, and they need to win it in style. They're going to have to win it big. So I am targeting the double midfield, sort of giving away my next pick. And obviously, Kvaratskhelia is one of them. The second midfield option I'm going with now. This could change actually. This one, to be fair, it could change. I don't think it will, but it could change wherever he is. And that is Desiree Doué. Where are you, Doué? There we are. Now, the reason I say this one could change is there is Ousmane Dembele has now been featured in training. So if I do find out that Dembele is going to be fit for this game, I will just swap him out, Doué for Dembele. I will have the money. So that is something to bear in mind. If you do want this team, you can actually do Doué to Dembele. And I will go with him if he's going to start. But if he's not going to start, I'm more than happy with Desiree Doué, an outstanding footballer, Ballon d'Or potentially, in my opinion. And obviously that game against, like I mentioned, against Seattle Sounders, for me, is a really, really nice fixture. So, yeah, that's my three PSG picks. I've gone for Hakimi, I've gone for Kvaratskhelia, and I've gone for Doué. And that's because I think they're going to have to score big in this game. So, yes, I could get Nuno Mendes, who I do like. But I just think the upside of the attackers is the way to go. And I just think Doué is ready to light up this tournament, especially after that Champions League final performance. And it was truly, truly crazy. The next pick, now, people, this is probably a controversial one. I am going to stick with Cole Palmer. Yeah, I am. Now, there's a few things to mention on this because I'm going to have to clarify myself here. Why are you going with Cole Palmer, Scott, when he hasn't got a goal from open play in 27 games? This is the time. I just feel that he's going to come good at some point. And yes, people will be behind on this. If people play FPL, I'm not sure if you do or you don't. This was the conversation in FPL. And there was a free hit late on the year, and everybody went with Palmer, and it was stupid, and it didn't work. But he did score against Liverpool the week after. He is still on penalties as well. So if Chelsea do get a penalty, Cole Palmer will take it. I just think the upside's worth it. I might be getting played a bit with the price point. That is probably to bear in mind. But they've got such a good game against Esperance du Tunisia, and I don't know. I just fancy him. He's highly owned. But if I mean, come on. Like I know people are going to go Pedro Neto, and potentially so am I, giving it away a bit there. Yeah, I can't. He's such a good player, Palmer. He hasn't lost everything overnight, and everyone is saying, "Oh, he's rubbish, and he don't fit this, and he's not right," and all that. I just don't buy it. I really, really don't buy it. And I do think he's going to come good at some point, and I'm just backing him to come good in this game. It's a 1 week punt, all right. If you don't do it this game, he'll be out. He will get. If Palmer doesn't perform in this game and doesn't get a return, he's gone in the round of 16, 100%. But I'm going to give him this one last chance. I've given him already 2 group stage games. This is probably slightly silly. I don't know. Do you see where I'm coming from? Let me know what you think about the Palmer thing, because I do get people going, it's just a total waste of time, Scott. I get that. I do get it. But I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it because you do need a bit of a differential pick. And I'm not saying he is differential because he's 21.7% owned, but in terms of my mini leagues, he will be. So, you know, Palmer it is. You have to live with it. You have to live with it, people. The next midfielder is also a Chelsea player. Did sort of give it away, and that is Pedro Neto. Now, if you want the opposite of what Palmer's doing in terms of Palmer isn't performing, well, Pedro Neto is. Look at these returns. Back-to-back goals for him. Goal against LAFC and goal against Flamengo. And they only scored one goal as well in that game, Chelsea. And it was Pedro Neto. And I'm picking him. I'm picking Palmer because I think the upside's there, and I think that obviously there's still something there for him. And I'm picking Pedro Neto because he's performing right now. 6.5 million. I do think he'll start. They need to win. Chelsea obviously losing against Flamengo in that second game. They've got a really good game. He's on form. He's looking good. He's passing the eye test. He's passing he's passing every test. Get Pedro Neto in, I think. I think a lot of people will as well. I think that's a pretty obvious pick. I think Palmer's the one that people are going to debate more with me, which is fair enough. It's fair enough. But yeah, he is going to make up my fourth midfield slot. My final midfield slot, and the final player that won't be getting replaced in my team. I'm going with Julian Brandt again. He did get a return, which I did say against Sundowns. Obviously, that was a bit of a wild game, wasn't it? Sundowns went 1-0 up. Then Dortmund went on an absolute barrage of goals, winning, getting themselves 4-1 up. Then they fell off again, and Sundowns came back into it, to be fair to them. But obviously, Dortmund did get it over the line. Yeah, he's the captain of the team. He ended the season really well. He's just got a return against... He got two returns against Sundowns. The fixture's really nice against Ulsan in the final game. I'm going with Julian Brandt. I just like him as a pick. 6.5 million as well. He might even potentially creep under that threshold and get some scouting bonus. He's currently at 5%, so he's literally on the periphery of getting that scouting bonus. Not quite there yet, but he might do. And yeah, he, as I said, in the season well, performing his last game. Nice game this week. Keep the boy in. You know, it's the reason I picked him in the first place. On to the finals, the attack. Pavlidis, you were brilliant for me. I captained you. It's time to go. I'm not playing against Bayern Munich. So yeah, he's going. And instead, we're going to play a player that hasn't scored, which is probably a mistake. But I'm going to go with, where are you? He plays for Atletico Madrid, but it's not him. It is Julian Alvarez. Now, very unlucky not to return this tournament, I must say. I mean, against Seattle Sounders, basically did everything but return. Hit the post, missed a really good chance. It's coming for him. He also got like 20 goals, I think, or 20 goal contributions in La Liga this season. He is the shining light. They do need to win massive as well. This game against Botafogo, I just think he's a really good pick. And also, he's a 1 week punt again. So if I don't like Julian Alvarez and don't perform in this game, then fair enough. I don't need to have him in the next game. But I really do think this is a nice upside fixture for him. I do think with the sort of game state that this game's been put in terms of Atletico needing to win and needing to win big, again, that plays into their hands as well. So yeah, I really like him as a pick. I think there's a really nice upside to him. And I know he hasn't performed yet in this tournament, but I mean, as I said, he did everything but bloody get a return against Seattle. So there you are. My next pick, this is someone I've wanted, but I didn't think I'd be able to get. And that is the final Chelsea player. It's not Jackson because he did get sent off, so he can't play. Instead, I'm going with Liam Delap. I am so excited by this pick, by the way. This is probably my most excited I've been about a pick in ages. I do think he's going to go above 5% ownership, by the way. So 3.2 is brilliant, but I do think that will rise over. Again, like I said, I want to target that Chelsea game. I think it's a really good game. They don't need to win. They've won the first two. But I do think they're going to win. Delap, perfect time. Jackson's out. He will be the starting number 9. The thing is, well, in FPL all season, I've wanted to own him. I've wanted to own him all year in FPL, but I just never justify it. Well, now I definitely can. He also managed to get an assist as well in the first game against LAFC. Came on, played how many minutes did he play? 20 minutes and got an assist. So if he's going at that rate, I mean, come on, here we go. He obviously played 64 in the second game, but obviously only got a yellow card. So let's ignore that one. But in the first game, went really well for him. Really excited to own him. Obviously, Jackson can't play. I want to target Chelsea. Liam Delap, I do think he'll go over 5%. I think he's definitely gonna come about it. And the final player I'm going with is a Boca player because I need to get the double up. I need to get the triple up, should I say? Where is he now? It's not him. It is Where are you? Are you a bit more expensive? Do you know, I wish they didn't expense. Maybe I can change it. There he is. 3.5% ownership, 6.2% owned. Also got of all the Boca players, apparently he's got the highest chance of scoring according to statistics as well. Highest chance of goal involvements, 6.2 million, 3.5% owned. Did return as well against Bayern Munich. Did get the goal there. Obviously got scouting bonus in that game as well. Got Auckland in the final game as well. It's just you've got to go. I think you've got to have 3 Boca players, and I think the argument will be where do you do the 3 Boca players? What sort of setup will it be? I've gone for the double defense, as I said, because I don't think there's as much upside with Boca compared to Bayern Munich and Benfica when I went sort of all in on the attack. But yeah, I think having one is definitely needed, and I think he is the one. He's got, as I said, according to all statistics, he's got the most chance of getting a goal involvement. I probably will captain him as well when Boca play, as opposed to captain the goalkeeper. That seems a bit boring. Or captain defender. I will go with I will go with Maren Sitel. He's also 3.5% owned currently. So yeah, the nice thing I do like about this week is that, as I said, because it works as a free hit, you can go for so many different players like this that are only 1 week. Like, you're not going to pick Boca players, are you? Long term, obviously, you do get you get to change your whole team, obviously, in the round of 16. But yeah, that is the team I'm going with. So let's save that in. Yep, I want to do them transfers. Thank you, and good night. And as you can see there as well, I have got 2.1 million in the bank as well. So I do have that money to get to Dembele, like I said, as well. If you want to, there's also do a few changes. Let's also make sure this is set up in the way I would like. Pedro Neto, we'll put him first because he plays before. I think he plays before Trent as well. So Trent can go last. I think, let's have a look. Oblak will obviously go in as well because he plays before Boca do. So yeah, that is going to be my team. Who will the captain's armband get? Probably put it on Kvaratskhelia for the first game. So yeah, that will be my team for Matchday 3. That is my wildcard draft. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me think if you think it's good. Let me know if you think it's bad. Let me know what change you think I should make. But yeah, thanks all for watching as always, and I'll see you later. Bye for now, everybody. Bye for now.